Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw the Incinerator Trooper from the Mandalorian. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. For those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Alright, more Star Wars fun, right? I'm trying to get the size on this one because I do have them hunched over just a little bit. And so that does allow us for a little extra, but I want the flames shooting out just a little bit, you know. So we are going to have to allow for space. Get it? A long time ago in the galaxy. Space. Get okay? Okay, never mind. You get it. Okay, so I'm gonna have the regular old fighting stance and getting him ready for the battle. Well, you know, the murder spree that he's gonna go on with this flame, because come on, what else is this for? This is for nothing besides murder. You know, you ever think they question themselves, you know, are we the baddies? Yes, that's a joke. I stole that from the original writers. That's not my joke. Okay. I think that's going to work for positioning. This hand's going to disappear underneath the torch with the gun, I guess. So let me kind of place out the position, and then I can plan for the look. And then the hand's just going to be, all you're really going to see are the fingers. Yeah, not bad. I guess the real trick is going to be getting the helmet right. That's usually the real trick to getting the troopers to look right. Because positioning, that's not that big a deal. Well, I mean, it is. It's a big deal. You got to make sure you got your position right before you move further, because it's got to look right. But yeah, the look of the helmets is very important, because that's going to make or break the whole design, right? But it's okay if it doesn't come out perfect. That's the other thing we need to remember. You know, it's fine if it's close, because no one's going to look at this and say, what is that? You know, you're going to tell it's a trooper no matter what you do. No matter what. Well, okay, maybe not no matter what, but no matter how well you do it. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So, okay, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is why I'm doing the trooper. It's Star Wars. Everybody loves Star Wars, right? That's why we're here. But the Mandalorian is coming out. Well, is out. You know, the series has started. And when this airs, I'm going to put it on the same day. So on Friday. That's when all the episodes come out. But I don't know who to draw. Like, I don't know what characters are in this episode. So I don't know who I should be, you know, catching up with, kind of, so to speak. So I figure I picked a character from the last time who, I mean, he didn't last very long, if you know what I mean. It's kind of like same thing with Boba Fett. Like, you know, everybody loved him in Empire Strikes Back, and he was barely in the movie, but he became a fan favorite. You know, everybody was infatuated with him. Me too. I'm not gonna lie, I am too. But it's the same thing with this guy, the Incinerator Trooper. He was barely in it, and then you know what happened to him. Try not to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it. But yeah, it's still, you know, really cool, and I want a figure, you know, and stuff like that. But yeah, you know. So it's just that fascination of, you know, we are fascinated with these awesome characters, and they barely have to do anything. I mean, with a saga like Star Wars, you don't have much time anyway. There's only so many characters you can fit in and stories you can tell. So, you know, it's okay that we fall in love with them this fast. But yeah, this one's really cool too, and that's why I wanted to draw it. I mean, who doesn't love a trooper, though, you know? I get a lot of requests for troopers, and we're going to start catching up on some of those requests soon. All right, I think that's going to work. That looks pretty good as far as a sketch, as far as placement goes. Yeah, I think we're good. So let's erase some of these sketch lines and move over to the Sharpie. What I want to do is erase, I want my Sharpie to stand out, not my pencil line. So I'm just going to erase this lightly. The sketch worked out pretty well, so I don't want to erase too much. And usually that's what I tell you, is erase your sketch lines, keep your confidence lines. But sometimes you got confidence in your sketch, so you just, you know, start drawing darker. And that's what you should do. If you're working with pencil, just draw darker, don't erase. You just start pressing harder. But me, I need to get rid of some of these sketch lines. And the confidence lines, the ones I pressed harder with, those are going to disappear. Those are going to take more to erase, so they won't disappear as quickly. My whole paper just lifted up. Okay, I think that's good enough. I think that's enough that I can see what I'm doing, and I can get going on this. So I say we welcome. I'm putting my paper down, retaping real fast. I say we welcome everybody that skipped and get going. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. You can find things that the fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased a majority of the sketch lines, but left myself enough to see where we're going to go. So I'm going to start with the, hang on, let me grab my little felt pad just so I don't sweat all over my paper. I'm going to start with the Sharpie pen because I can control the line widths much better, and I want to get the details of the face right. Then we can work out the details with the big old fat Sharpie fine point. Okay, so I'm going to draw the eyes. I've already sketched it out, so I'm just kind of following my sketch here. And then I'm just doing this just to make sure I always do that with the eyes to make sure I've got them facing the right way. And I do have them turned a little bit like this, okay? So remember that whenever you're drawing. And I'm going to draw a line across, and it's okay if it's not straight. I'm not worried about that. I'm going to try. But if it doesn't come out straight, it's no big deal. And that's all I want to do for the eyes, because I want to color them in, but I want to do that with black. I don't want to do that with Sharpie. You absolutely could, and if you want to, you go for it, but I want to do everything with color just to make it all consistent. Alright, so let's draw the little edge right here. Let's try to draw another line going across. If you can, great. If you fall into the other one, no big deal. There we go. So I wanted them parallel, so it worked. It worked. If yours doesn't work, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Okay, so I'm going to come down here for the edge. And I'm kind of following a guide, so it kind of flows out correctly for me. And so I'm going to give him his little frowny mouth. Because like I said, I've got a certain look I'm trying to give him. Well, you know the look. You know the trooper look. But the barrels, not the barrels, but the curvature of the face, I'm trying to get that consistent. So I'm just drawing down the way I see it. So I'm going to draw his chin, so to speak. Like this. Now I'm going to draw the little barrels. That's why I keep calling them barrels. The little breathers, respirators, I guess. And I'm just going to add a little bit of detail. But there's only so much I can get done with this Sharpie anyway. So I'm just going to kind of connect a line here just to give it a surface edge, and then I want to draw the lines into his eyes. Let's try to do it. Let's try to do that real fast. Let's see if we can do this. Ooh, the wind's really blowing outside. I got my window open, enjoying the day, drawing Star Wars. How much better is this? Mandalorian's on tonight. Woo! It's gonna be fun. Okay, so the little piping on the side, I'm gonna do like this, just to kind of guide myself. And it's gonna come around like that. And I'm gonna start to sharpen up or thicken up my edges, because when I switch over to this Sharpie, you're gonna see a huge line width difference. And so now I can do the other side. Now, see how I define that? It's because as I turned it, you're seeing more of an edge, kind of like a nose. When you draw like that, the nose, you can see more of the edge, but as it's facing you, you can't see these edges. So I'm doing the same thing with the mouth. Like, you can see this edge as the head is turned, but you can't really see it as much when it's flat right here. So I'm gonna let color take care of that and not draw that hard edge, but that's basically what this is right there. So I'm gonna come around here. I'm going to draw this piping like that. That's this edge, and this line right there, I'm going to do that with color, okay? But there is some edge, some surface edge where it connects right here, and I'm also kind of drawing it based on if you were making a helmet, you know, if you were putting one on, where the pieces go together. Okay, so here's the ear. And that's also kind of the whole cosplay, paying attention to those kind of things. I know where the pieces are and where they go together. So that's why I'm like, okay, let's definitely draw a seam line right there, and other parts that go here, you know? So, like I said, that is that right there, but I'm not going to do it with color. I am, let's do this. Let's define the edge with the little color lines like that. Okay, and that'll help do that, but that's all I want to do. Like here, you can barely see it, so we'll say it's kind of like this, and that's it. That's all you can see over there on that end. So does that make sense now, where it turns? Again, color will help you see more of that, but I just wanted to show you why I was doing it like that. All right, so top of the head, gonna come up here, and this is okay if it's not perfect. I mean, look, I already did some bumps, and it's no big deal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to smooth it out with this Sharpie, because I have to thicken it up anyway. But also, I don't care. It's not that big a deal if it's not perfect, you know? It doesn't have to look real. I mean, that is my style, trying to make it look more real than animated, you know, stuff like that. But I'm okay if it doesn't. So see, there, a little bumpier there. I'm fine with that. Looks great to me. I'm excited about this. So, if you want to draw a line right there, go for it. Do it like we did right there. But me, I'm going to let color take care of that, okay? So, I'm switching over to the other Sharpie now. So, let's move over to his pauldron, his little shoulder piece right there. It's going to come down underneath this arm. Come over here like this. Gonna do something like that, and then I'm going to connect it here where it goes under his neck. I'm gonna just drill over myself. I'm gonna add some detail over here. Just the color separation is what that is. We'll do a little seam line right there too, just to give it some life. There we go. Awesome. How's yours looking? Cool. All right. Let me smooth this out a little bit too. I got a little excited. I got too much coffee this morning. I'm all excited, all jittery. All right. Okay, so I draw what's in front. That way, when you draw what's behind, you only have to draw so much details, not everything. And plus, you don't want to draw through something that's on top. So what's in front is his arm and the gun. So we're going to work our way through the gun, then work our way back, okay? So for his armor, we're going to draw this piece right here. And then the arm is going down, but again, the gun is going to start to come into play, so you got to be real careful here. I'm going to go ahead and draw the middle piece. Something like that. His elbow's an open cloth, so that means his armor is being bent like this. Not being bent, but the edge of it's right there. Sorry, that's a wrong terminology to say it's being bent. And it's tucked under his arm, so we're good with getting away with where it's going to go. Okay, and let's see, for the armor, it's just not anything. We're going to call this cloth, so you know how I like to do wrinkles and folds across that. This, again, I'm not worried about this because this is going to be armor that's colored in. Okay, so let's go ahead and do his forearm. Alright, to his wrist. And again, it's just armor, so it's not too much I got to worry about here. I'll add some detail, some trooper detail. Like this. But again, most of this is going to be colored red, so it's not that important for specific armor detail. Like I said, that's the highlight is the color, right? That's why we're here. So his hand is holding the trigger, so I'm going to draw the armor on his hand. Like that. That kind of covers the back of the hand. So all you're seeing now are the fingers wrapped around the trigger and the handle. Like that. Okay? Let me draw some details here. Okay, so again, this should be more square. Like that, kind of going around, and then this one is around the trigger. So there's only so much you're going to see, and it's going to be colored black anyway, so don't worry too much about that. Now, we're going to draw the flamethrower with the fingers wrapped up underneath there, so don't forget to draw those. So, I'm drawing just made up, I mean, I see a picture, I'm looking at the toy, but I have to just make it up a little bit, because it's again, it's just a toy that I'm looking at, and I only have so much details too, so I'm just going to start drawing space parts. And that's the other nice thing about what we're doing is it's a space gun, so you know it's technically going to be made up anyway. So don't worry too much about how perfect we are. Okay, that's just kind of giving myself a guide of which way it's going to go, because I have to try to keep it consistent, but also make it up. Does that make sense? It's kind of an oxymoron of making it consistently created, you know, consistently made up. Never liked that word oxymoron. It sounds very insulting, you know? So I'm just going to make up little pieces, you know, to kind of give it a space look, or a manufactured look. That's what I like to say, because it's got you know, space parts, but also, oh, that's the nice thing too, is a lot of these originally were based on real weapons, so it kind of makes sense to try to make it look as real as you possibly can. Ooh, it does have some cool, let me draw this. It does have some cool like wires and stuff going across it. So let me do this with this Sharpie, just to help it look real. With like a wire look, so it's nice and thin, and a nice contrast, a complement, if you will. You know, this line goes across and carries like the gasoline, the fuel, whatever it is. 'Cause, I mean, it's space, so I'm sure it's not gas. But the like for a flamethrower, the fuel intake. Oh, I almost drew through the fingers. That's what I was telling you, is pay attention to the fingers. So the fingers are just going to be wrapped underneath. So we're going to draw like that. Like this. So you're kind of like this wrapped around, okay? But more than anything, like I said, I like to draw what's on front, so you don't accidentally draw through something. Alright. So now I can draw the edge. And again, we're just kind of coming out this way. And again, it's not perfect, so I'm not worried about that. I mean, I'm trying. You know, here's the other thing. When I say I'm not worried about it, I'm going to try. But I'm not going to give up or get frustrated if I don't. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. As long as you're trying, whether you succeed or fail, doesn't matter. Trying is the important part because you're learning, you're creating, you're doing. That's the thing. As long as you're doing something. There's a line I like to use, well, not use, but take from a song. The song's not important, but one of the lyrics is "lose is more than hesitate," and what they mean by that is it's even if you lose, you're doing more than hesitating. If you were to hesitate, you know, you didn't go. You're learning something. Even if you fail, you know, you're not failing. You're just trying until you succeed. You know, that's the best way to look at it. Now, I'm probably adding way too many details for this gun, but I like to try to make it look as real in space as possible. And since I'm looking at the toy, I kind of got a good idea of how it looks. So I'm able to at least, you know, give it a little bit of love and attention. Like there's a bunch of dots on through there. I can't do that. Not right now. Maybe with color, but not right now. Okay, so let's do this for the flames. Let's go ahead and shoot some out. Let's just kind of go. You know what I mean? Whatever your flame noise is, do it. Make your flame noise whenever you're drawing. Make it exciting. All right. And that'll work. That'll work. Color will take care of the rest, but you know, that's just our exciting flame throwing design. Awesome. All right. Okay, so now that we have what's in front, we can draw what's behind. So basically, he's got his harness holding everything up. We can't forget these wires coming through the back, but he's got his harness over his armor. So I'm going to draw in like this, coming down, and it's going across his chest. There's only so much we're going to see because, again, because of the way it's behind everything. So I'm just going to allow for a little bit like this. And now that I have that in front, I can draw what's left of the armor. So, and also this arm is behind so much that you're really not going to see anything anyway. So there we go. And again, there's the armor plating that you really can't see. So I'm just going to do like this, just to accent it that much. And that's it. You know, the color, like we said before, the color is really what's going to be the accent, the star of the show. Okay. So what I can see is this armor piece over here, shoulder piece, tucked back like this, and again this one's underneath. And again going down, and that's pretty much it. That's all we can see, because this one, we'll say it's like this, but again, that's all you're gonna see because of the way that the hand is tucked in. You know, it's way back behind there that we kind of get away with that's all. That's it. You know, but that's all that's necessary. So don't stress out about how much you can or can't see. Okay, so I'm gonna draw what you can see here is basically his belt. Because that middle piece, he's kind of hunched over, so we're just going to say it's like that. That's all you can see. So I'm going to draw his belt with the little parts hanging down. And then the squares that are on his belt. I don't know what they are, really. Nobody knows. It's just part of that awesome McQuarrie design, you know? Ooh, you guys want to talk about Ralph McQuarrie? Man, that guy. He was way ahead of his time. And he is the reason we are in love with Star Wars, you know? Say what you want about storytelling and editing, and ooh, editors, man, they really saved Star Wars. Go look those up, about the lady that edited Star Wars and changed the pacing. Man, you know, say what you want about George Lucas and his creative ideas and all this, but it's everybody else, as far as I'm concerned, that saved it. Anyway, Ralph McQuarrie, man, that guy, he's the one who made it look the way it did, and that's why we love it. All right, so now I'm going to draw his crotch piece. It's coming down like this, like that, and the armor is. Ooh, I'm going to draw this leg, then I'm going to draw these tubes before I forget. The armor is just coming down like this, and I'll connect them here in a second. And it's a little bigger over here, so I'm going to come down and draw like that. Okay, now before I forget, I want to draw these tubes that are going back behind him to his pack on the back, his backpack. And I'm going to draw them with a small Sharpie, again, just to accent and complement that it's not armor. It is a little flexible, but it's also not cloth, so you know, not as thick as the armor, but not as thin as cloth, because I just want to show that it's there and kind of flowing back behind and going back up, and that's all you can see anyway, right? All right, so since this is cloth, I like to add my wrinkles and folds there. Oh, let's do this. He does have some armor accent. I'll go ahead and do those. And then here, like his belt, it's got the little rectangles. All right. See, that's all it takes, and it's trooper armor. You know, it doesn't really take much because of McQuarrie's design. Okay, let's go ahead and finish this leg, then we'll do that one. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to draw some cloth separated, that's separating the armor. And come up here for the armor, and come down here into the ankle. And again, going to add a little bit of trooper armor, just to give it that look. And some of this too does and doesn't have hard edges. That's why I kind of like just end it like that, you know? Same thing there. It does have an hard edge, but only if it's kind of like the nose, the whole nose theory, you know? All right, so just regular old trooper shoes. All right. Again, just add a little bit of detail. Not much for the shoes, you know. They, as much as they designed new helmets and all that stuff, they never really did much for their shoes. They were happy with the shoes, you know. Those changed, or those didn't change throughout the designs. All right, so now we're going to do this leg. So same thing. That armor is going to be kind of floating like this, so where it's connected, and we'll connect it in a second. Come down here to the knee. Let's go ahead and just connect it over here. And here, I'll just do this, at least for the cloth, and then add some creases and folds. But again, you know, the little armor dents. Oh, you know what? He's got some here on his crotch too, now that I'm looking at it. Little armor design. Cool. Never noticed that before. All right. Okay, so for the front, we're doing that line right there. We're just going to do like this. And this one doesn't have the little spiky things like that, so we're just gonna give it an indentation like that. Okay, now we're just gonna do like an attached knee pad. And then draw the armor. It's just that old one knee pad attached armor is basically what it is. All right, so same thing. Let me add just some, I guess, some connection right here, because I can't have it just floating. But let me add a little bit of detail. And again, the color is really gonna make this thing jump. So regular trooper design is fine. And then, you know, once you add the color, that's when it becomes a flame trooper, you know. Well, besides a flamethrower. Okay, so just regular shoe. Just gonna come down here. There's that part. There's the back. Connect it. Let me add just a little bit of detail here. That. There's the front, and there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is the Incinerator Trooper from the Mandalorian. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.